Hey, good afternoon. We're back here on One Sports TV with the last, second, final of this Euro Tour qualifier put on, used and played on the One app all the way through. And we're here for the last match with Aivhan MALUTO and Medenilla, Oliver Medenilla. Good afternoon, guys. And I have with me in the commentary box, Luis Arias. How are you, Luis?
I'm very happy, not only because this is the second Euro Tour qualifier, but because I ate, so I have a lot of energy.
Oh wow, yes, that is good. we can handle another commentary here, and we're going to have as much fun as in the first one. It was a tight match. We had quite a good experience there, so I'm sure these guys are going to keep on the good work, and we're going to see some real good pool here. So anyway, whenever the players are ready, Aivhan and Oliver, we wish you good luck. Okay. You don't have any questions about the rules. You know everything that's going to go on. You're going to play to 2 sets. And if you go 1-1, you're going to decide it on just one rack, okay? Good. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Aivhan, you start. Good luck.
Okay.
So, Luis, nice to be back. Short, quick break we had there between our first and second match today. And folks out there watching, welcome to you guys. Welcome to everybody watching. This is the second and last match we got on for today. It's the guy that wins this match will take the last spot for the Euro Tour in Austria on the 17th of June. As you see, Aivhan just about to start here with his first break.
Well, scratch. So 0 points.
That's not the way he wanted to start. Okay, so Oliver will be straight down, wanting to pot a ball off of his break without a scratch to take a quick lead here. So yeah, the first match was of a very, very high standard.
I don't know if Oliver knows he can break. Oliver,
you can start.
you can break.
Okay, break.
Yes.
Break.
Yes, yes, you can break, Oliver. Yes.
Okay.
As I was saying, the first match was a real high standard. In the end, Harry Vergara took that spot for the Euro Tour plus the $150 for expenses. And yeah, in the first set, if they finished on the 10th innings, he didn't actually play, but he would have got a total of 115 or 120 points, possibly, on that first set. So that was great play there from the 2 Philippine players that we had in the first final this afternoon. Okay, more successful break here from Oliver. He probably won't be taking this shot on the 1. Too fine to risk a start off here. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I can see him taking maybe ball in hand.
I think if his opponent got 0 points in the first break, I think the smart thing to do is to take ball in hand and ensure the 10. Or at
That's
least
right. That's
what I would do.
Yeah, that's what I'd do as well. I agree with you totally there. It just depends. This ball, if this ball is further away from that cushion than what we can see from this angle, maybe he could take it on, and it's not as difficult as what we're thinking. But you know, as you say, Luis, to take on this risky shot as a first shot. Yeah, he played it well. As long as he doesn't hook behind the 9 as he has. That's why both Luis and I were saying that surely with a dry break or a scratch from the other player, you could have taken ball in hand and made sure 10 points to take an early lead in this first set. Yeah, I want to say good afternoon to a few people that are watching here that are friends of mine. I've got Dani Luque. Good afternoon, my friend. Daniel Gutierrez. I've not seen him in a long time. He played really well at the Copa España, so I congratulate you, Daniel, for your amazing performance at the Copa. You're right up there with the top guys, so congratulations. An excellent friend of mine from Alicante, Aitor Alarcón. Good afternoon, my friend. How you doing? And Juan Hungría. I miss you too. Want to see you soon in Madrid. Hopefully that'll be sooner than later because the restrictions here in Spain are now getting easier, so we're going to be able to move about more. So good afternoon to everybody and all the rest of the viewers. Hope you like this last final we've got on here. The winner of this match takes the last spot that one pool has put up. 2 spots for the Euro Tour. This is a qualifying match for the championship for the Euro Tour of Austria in June. And the 2 winners take a spot. Okay, and $150 expenditure money. And this championship, Luis, has been played all entirely on the app, on the One Pool, One Billiards app. So all of these players have been playing during the week using the One Pool app. And yeah, it's been great. There's been some high scoring. There's been nearly 100 in a few sets that we've had through the week, and you have to remember they're all, you know, out of the top 100 of the European rankings to be able to play this. So that's great. It keeps everything to a certain level. As we see,
and we can see, guys, at the background we can see Jason Nugget. Can you see him, Steve, playing?
Yep, I can see him.
That's a tough shot because he needs to bounce off the left cushion, right?
Yeah, he's looking here because if he follows this on, he's got the 7s in the way, yeah, I imagine. So he's going to try and draw this across off of the long rail and back. That's right, just like that. But he didn't. I thought he was going to be able to hold it back a bit more than that. Okay, yeah, he's done well. Okay.
Perfect. And Steve, have you seen Oliver play before? I've never seen Oliver. I mean, I knew Maluto from a lot of tournaments, One Pool tournaments, qualifiers, etc. But Oliver, I haven't seen him play.
No, I've also seen Maluto. I had the pleasure of actually, I think I commentated on him on one of the tournaments that he played for One Pool. But no, I've never seen Oliver either. So yeah, I'm really excited to be able to meet new players, watch players that you don't see on the international formats as we knew them up till the pandemic situation. And as we was discussing in our last match, the pandemic situation has brought us lots of bad things, but a few good things. And one of them is this, you know, with new creations like One Pool, being able to watch new players from different parts of the world that you don't see that much. Yeah, so it's great. So let's enjoy, see how Oliver plays. If he's got this far, he must be a quality player like the rest of them. Just to let you know, guys, the guys that are watching out there, all 4 finalists are from the Philippines. So it just goes to show how many good players Philippines holds. It's amazing. And yeah, basically, it's really convenient and really easy to be able to play Euro Tour qualifiers from your local club without having to travel, without the expenditures of the hotels and food expenditures, petrol, cars, everything that you would usually have to go through to be able to qualify for a tournament like this. What one Paul are doing for us, wow, he went very clear, very near to that center pocket. What one Paul and One Sports TV are doing for you is creating the possibility for a very symbolic amount of money to be able to play. Doesn't matter how amateur you are, give you the opportunity of playing a great competition and the opportunity to qualify for a Euro Tour. That, you know, the majority of us would probably not even bother trying to do, you know, because of all the expenses involved. But with this format and making it so easy for us and using the One Pool app, it's excellent.
Yeah, it's really amazing. As you said earlier, you have the possibility of qualifying for a Euro Tour, but you can also play matches with anyone in the world. And for me, the value added of the app is more near that you can practice. I mean, you can do whatever drills or single shots, but with the One Billiards app, you can practice real matches with great players all around the world.
With top players, that's right, without moving from your home. You know, you're down your local billiard club, or if you're lucky enough to have a pool table at home, and you've got the possibility of having real live matches with a great format that makes you definitely work on your break. But yeah, and you will up your game. It'll take you weeks, not months, just weeks to up your game to another level. So we see there, second innings finished. We have a tight score of 15-17. This has just started. Anything can happen. That's why we love it. That's why we're sitting here. Luis and I have a great time commentating.
And also, guys, we're gonna keep you updated in the World Cup of Pool and Copa España. I don't know if you know, Steve, what is the time of the final of the Copa España?
It's 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock local time. So we're talking, give me a second, in 40 minutes, they'll be starting the final. Okay, which is Jonas Soto against Iker Echevarria. They will be playing the final race to 8, 9-ball of Copa España at 7 o'clock. And yeah, keeping everybody up to date about the World Cup of Pool. There's been the first big upset. Last year's champions are out already.
Yeah, that's really upsetting, but great for Slovakia because they played perfect. I mean, if they played any team, probably 95% sure they would have beaten any team, because I think Austria played like 4 times in the whole match.
Yeah, this is like,
and of the 4 times, 3 were defense.
Yeah, this is like what we say. I mean, when you play pool and when you train and you want to get to the next level, one of the most important but the most difficult things to do is to remember that when you're on a pool table, you're playing yourself. You're playing the table, you're playing the balls, and you're playing yourself, because you know, whoever you're playing against is sitting down. There's nothing they can do whilst you're at the table. And this is what Slovakia have come out and done against Austria. They've played the table, they've played their game, and they've been able to keep everything under control in the mind side of things. So, you know, congratulations to them, because, you know, everybody that plays pool to a certain level with a certain lot of experience knows how difficult it is to not actually play your rival, you know, whoever you're playing against, because we all do that. We all go out there trying to keep a clean mind, and we don't. You know, we know who we're playing, so that conditions our game. And you play your best game when your game is not conditioned to who you're playing. Okay, great angle there for a stun-up shot for the 9 in the same pocket, and an easy finish. So that's, I think it was a scratch on the first break, and then 2 15s to, sorry, it's a 15 and a 10 to make up for it. So yeah, good. So it's Oliver Medenilla back to the table for his third innings.
And Steve, what cue do you play with?
I play with a Predator Sneaky Peach butt that I've played with for the last 15 years, and I play with an Infinity carbon shaft.
And what diameter has the Infinity?
12.9, but I've just ordered a 12.5 because it's been a long time since I've been thinking that I should go down to 12.5. And the thing is, I always used to play, I played for years with a 314, the original 314. The first 314 from Predator that came out, and that was 12.9. So when I changed to carbon, I thought, no, I'll stay at 12.9. I'm comfortable with it. I hit the balls really well with it. Since then, I've tried a few 12.5s, 12.4s, and I've actually quite liked them. So I thought, okay, I'll get myself, and that's it's on its way as we speak. So hopefully by next week, I'll be trying that out, and if it works, I'll be getting rid of my 12.9s and staying with 12.4s from now on.
And
what material do you use? I at the moment I've got a Kamoi SS, the softest Kamoi.
Okay.
I used to play with medium from Kamoi with the wood shaft, but as soon as you change to carbon and you sense the difference of the stiffness in the carbon shaft. You need, in my liking, you need to go a bit softer on the tip, just to compensate a little bit. Otherwise, everything is really, really, tough, really hard. So I went down to SS, the Kamoi Black, and yeah, I've been very comfortable. And to tell you the truth, this new 12.5 is going to come with a new tip. And do you know, I can't remember it's a new tip that Infinity are just putting on their shafts for the last few weeks, and I can't remember the make. As soon as it arrives, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But I tried one and it was really good. So I immediately said, can you get me one of these? Yes, no problem. So I ordered one, and hopefully by next week I've got it.
So probably it's a soft tip, right? You liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I used the 12.5 carbon shaft with the new tip, and I thought, wow, this is excellent. I want one of these. I don't know if I'm going to end up keeping it and playing with it all the time, but you've got to try. And if it's something that's going to just take your level up slightly, it's worth trying. Yeah, and then I use the old BK2 break cue from Predator as well, and the Air 2 jump cue. So yeah, I'm a bit of a Predator boy myself. And you?
75% Predator.
Yeah, that's right. Apart from that shaft, everything is Predator.
Okay.
And the shaft is not, the carbon shaft is not the Revo Predator shaft, because Richie from Procures is a friend of mine. He made the Infinity shaft, and I thought, yeah, I'll try it. And what better than to buy it off of a friend of mine, and keep things in small company.
Yeah.
And as I'm not lucky enough to be sponsored by anyone else, I choose where I buy my material.
No, that's great. If
Yeah.
it works for you, that's the important part.
I'm
You need
very
to have
happy.
the material that works for your game.
Yeah, that's right. So we have a few more viewers than what we had for the first final. Probably the time of the afternoon helps. The other one was pretty early. Everybody was probably having lunch still. We eat pretty late in Spain, so good afternoon to all of you guys out there. Hope you enjoy this match. Wow, he got a golden break.
Oh, so golden break. 15.
Well done, Maluto. Good break there. Yeah. I don't think he's sure if he wins that game or not.
10 points? I think 15 points. I'm making the break.
Yeah, you made it, buddy.
Yeah. 15. Okay. Well done.
Sorry.
No, don't worry. So now Oliver's gonna break.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because when we were talking before in the first final, Luis, about playing or training, or considering yourself an athlete or just going to play a few games. And when I was young, I played a lot of pool, but I didn't even play it to learn the game. I basically learned and got to quite a good level just because I played a lot, but I wasn't playing with the interest of actually learning the game. I just played so much that I got good at it. And then I stopped playing for about 8 years. And 4 years ago, I started again. And since I started 4 years ago, it was a totally different story. I don't know if it's my age, you look at things in a different way, but
no, and the game changed. Not only you. I mean,
everything.
You're more mature mentally, but the game changed in 8 years.
Yeah, that's right. And I came back and it was totally different. And I'm thinking, I don't want to play. I want to train and I want to learn. I want to learn everything that I didn't learn for years just knocking balls about. I want to really learn the ins and the outs of everything I can as quick as possible to get my level up. And since then, not only did I change my approach to pool in the game itself, but I changed my diet, I changed my sleeping habits, I changed many things just to be able to play a better game of pool, and to be able to compete at a better level, etc., etc. And I think when Hugo was really small and he started picking up a cue for the first time, it even motivated me more. And I thought, right, if he's going to be watching people and getting experience from observing other things, what's he going for?
Does it go? Whoa. I thought it didn't go. One point.
Yeah, just 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, if he's going to be watching, and you want to give him the best things to look up to. So everything, sort of the puzzle made sense. And since then, I've never looked back, and that's the way I've approached everything. And I try and train an hour every morning, and then I do a few hours some evenings, and yeah, it's a totally different way of looking at it. I now don't even go down to my club, as I told you before. I'm the president of my own billiards club, and I don't even go down there just to play games with the other members of the club. I prefer to save my time just to train by myself, or or somebody that I actually reserve time to play some really good sets with.
Scratch.
He's scratched. Yep. So that's another 0 points. And it was a pretty good break, so it was a shame that white went in.
Yeah. And Steve, are you better now than you were when you were younger?
Well, that's funny you should say that, because I definitely am a better player. I've got much more of a complete game. I've got much more control of everything that's going to happen. But there are some shots you think, God, I used to do this really well when I was younger.
Yeah. With no fear, no doubt.
That's right. And big, deep screw shots and things that you really used to think, well, this is easy. And I must be getting old, because it's just so difficult to get those shots, successfully. But no, for sure, hard work definitely pays off. Definitely. And I can tell. I can still go out, and as I said before, the mental side of the game is so important, and it can let me down. But I know that if I'm playing fluent and I'm relaxed, that I'm a difficult game for most of the Spanish players. Obviously not the top guys like Fran and David and Jonas, but basically the top 100 that play the circuit out there, you can play good games against anyone. So I mean, and I'll keep working, and I'm not going to get any younger, but I can still put the time in, and it'd be good for all to follow as well. And everything I learn, I can pass on to him.
No, and the good thing about this sport that we love is that you can play it until you're 100. I mean, it's not like to be competitive in soccer. Either you play like, it doesn't matter if you're professional, amateur, or whatever. You up to a certain age, you can only play like very recreational. But pool, you can be very competitive until, any age.
That's right. That's I think Efren is now 67.
Probably 67 or 68, and he's still competitive.
And he still plays an excellent game of pool, as long as your eyesight is good, and basically your fundamentals have not, been damaged at all through old age. You're going to be able to, if you keep on putting the time in. I mean, you see it with the snooker players. The snooker players like Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry, they started, especially because Stephen Hendry had a real reason to stop. He had something called the jilts, which it doesn't enable you to keep on queuing as well as you did. But generally speaking, like Steve Davis, when he started dropping down the rankings, it wasn't because he couldn't stay up the rankings. It's because he didn't want to practice anymore. And he'd done so many years of practicing that he just thought, okay, I'll carry on competing, but without practicing, because there are other things that are important in life. And, he'd won it all, he'd done it all. So the only reason really why people start falling down the rankings when they've been that good is because they just lose the interest in practicing. But as you said before, if you keep on putting the time in, you can carry on being a really good player until you're 50, 60-year-old, no problem at all. And I've still got a lot of motivation, and hopefully I'm going to have the time to be able to carry on practicing in my spare time. So, and I've also, got the double motivation of keeping involved with everything as much as possible for Uro's sake. So yeah, it's all great to be able to live these experiences.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have like 3 lives in pool. The first one when you were younger, the second stage right now that you're better than before, and the third one being like the mentor, coach, trainer for Hugo. So you're gonna have a pool
right.
for all your life.
Yeah, that's right. It's a dream.
And I
it's
say
a dream.
it in a beautiful way. I say it in a positive way.
Yeah, for sure. So we have some support here for Oliver from Joyce Medenilla. So I don't know if Joyce is a sister or wife, but anyway, it says good luck, Oliver.
Oh, what a beautiful shot there on the side.
Yeah, great shot. And I have a few more friends here watching. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon to Sergio, Daniel, Hugo from Zaragoza, Manolito, my friend Manolito from Alicante. Hope you're enjoying this as much as Luis and I. We have a great time. We have a great time commenting the pool, and we have a great time just chatting about our things that we love.
Oh.
He moved before he finished that shot. He wasn't confident. He didn't shoot that confidently. That's why he's putting it back now, because he can't believe he played it like that.
Yeah, he's put on the shot.
Yeah, these things happens to the best.
Oliver, you can break.
So,
when you were talking that when we were younger, that we had certain shots that now we say like, they were so much easier. For me, is the banks. I could bank anything. I mean,
right.
It didn't matter. It was frozen to the cushion. I mean, on the long rail, short rail, I could bank without even making any type of thought. Now I have trouble with the banks. I mean,
Yeah.
I only make a bank if that's the only way I can go throughout the pattern of the balls, or either I get short or long on a shot, and that's my only option.
Yeah, it's I think it's a wow, what a big break. There's a mixture of reasons, and I think the majority of the reason is when we were younger and we used to play, basically it was down to we're not scared of missing it, and basically we probably didn't even realize the danger of leaving it. I mean, we weren't looking at that side of the game. We were just looking at, well, I can bank this, I know the angle, let's shoot, bam. And the majority of them were going in. You got 80% or 85% of the bank shots going in. Now, not only are we not ruthless because we're older, not only that, we're thinking about all the consequences, all the negative consequences of missing, and you're thinking, oh my God, but if I shoot it, what am I I'm gonna leave this. As we see Oliver scratching into the corner there, didn't expect that one. So at the end of the day, basically that's what's happening, is you're losing confidence. So as soon as you're losing confidence, you're looking at the shot and you're just not, you think, oh my God, this is difficult, and before it was easy. I remember playing big draw shots that now I look at and just think, I'm just never going to get back to where I want to get. I won't take it on. I'll play something else, or it's. But no, I'm happy. I'm happy because in my all-round game, I'm definitely a much more complete player. And on a good day, I can run some decent racks. As we see another dry break there. I have a good friend that said to me just after I started playing again 4 years ago, he said to me, it's not actually what you can do on a good day. What you have to do is train and train and train so that when you play on a bad day, when you have a bad day, your bad day is good enough to beat the majority of players that you usually compete against. Because if you get obviously everybody, when we're fluent, we're up there, we're doing really well, and everything's going in, well, that's great, you're successful, but that doesn't happen on the majority of occasions. So if you work on your game as if all you have to do is make your bad day as good as possible, that's when you start really being disciplined and you take your game to another level. And that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years, trying to work on my game so that when I have a bad day, it's good enough to win matches.
Well, actually, when I interviewed Darren Appleton, Darren told us and told me that I asked him how did he win so many titles, because I believe he's the living player that has the most titles. He's won literally everything. And he told me, Luis, on a good day, the top level of the players is very, very high, but I'm the most constant. I mean, my level is high most of the year, and I have a lot of players that then when they're playing great, they play much better than me, but half of the year they play lower than me. So the key is to have a high level consistently most of the time. Yes, consistently. Yeah. So he told me, I don't have the best break, I don't have the best jump, I don't have the best kick, I don't have the best anything, but I have a great level of everything constantly.
Yeah, right. Wow. I have to say at the moment, the standard of this final is not up with the standard of the first final we did just this afternoon. As you can see, Vergara in the corner there. Can you see him?
Yeah. yeah. I saw him.
So we're back to Maluto's table.
Maluto, you can break.
We're just about to start the 8th innings, so we're down to the end of this set nearly. The score is 47-33, as you can see on your screens, guys.
Maluto, you can break. Okay.
So Maluto now is looking for a good break-off and at least 10 points to get him nearer to the finishing line with success here. So as you can see, guys, he's had 3 dry breaks or scratches or whatever, 3 unsuccessful breaks, compared to Oliver's only 1. But when he's got in amongst the balls, he's scored heavier, which has kept his score higher. And there's the big break I was talking about. Oh my God, that's a good one. And I think he can see the 1. I think he can just see that. His body language doesn't say he can, but I think he can. Oh, can't, or it's very, very tight. I think he can. I think he's going to shoot it from there.
I think if the 1 goes on the left side of the pocket. So that's why he's taking his time.
Yeah. And he's also got to think that, yes, maybe it goes, but can he definitely get on? If he has to pinch the left side of that pocket, can he get on the tour? He's decided it's too risky, or it didn't go. So he's taken ball in hand, reduces his possibilities down to 10 points instead of 15, but probably assures him the possibility of finishing the rack. And he's got a yeah, I mean, the only problematic ball is the 3, and it's not a big problem. He's just got to make sure he gets the right angle to go back up for 4, which could be the only little complication he could have through this rack.
And I think the 3 goes on the bottom right corner pocket, right? Okay, so yes.
Okay, yeah.
He's a little long.
He is, yeah. This is not comfortable. It shouldn't be a problem for him, but after missing that ball in the last rack, he might not have all of the confidence in his Q arm. He played an excellent shot, an excellent positioning for the 4. Great shot. We have to say a big thank you to Jason Nuid. He sent us 50 stars. Thank you very much appreciated. We go towards a new haircut for Alberto.
Yes, please. Come on. I've been saying this for like a couple of months. He needs a new haircut. I mean, come on, guys.
He's put away his pink trousers, but he needs a new haircut.
You know what? He didn't put them away. I actually talked to him I think 2 days ago. He was practicing with Jonas. I've talked to them a lot the last couple of days, and he had,
they were in
I don't know if they were pink, yes, but I think he has them. I'm sorry to tell you, Steve, but I think he still uses the trouser, and not only the pink ones, but he has other colors, and they're very tight. So, yeah, it's very tough. Yeah, Steve, I'm sorry to ruin your day.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, this conversation came up just a few days ago. It was an interview. It was an interview on a Spanish website platform called bola8.es.
Okay.
And the billartist David Muñoz was interviewed, and they were talking about all sorts of things. And suddenly Jose Alberto was with Jonas. As you said, they've been practicing in Ibiza for a few days before the Copa España. And Jose Alberto was messaging on this online live whilst this interview was going on. And they ended up speaking about the pink trousers. Yes. And I think it was Jose Alberto who said, no, I'm not using them anymore. I've put them away. They're retired. But now I know the secret, and it's not true. We'll have to speak to him seriously about this.
No, what he did is he put the pink ones away, but he bought new ones in other colors, but they're still very tight. So it's the same thing. It's not about the color. It's about you need to use some trousers that are your size.
That's right, yeah. Otherwise,
but the haircut is a nice start. The haircut is a nice start for him to get a new haircut.
Yeah. Well, we have to talk about his haircut, because every time we get stars when Jose Alberto and I are commentating, and we get the stars from the folks that are viewing us, he says, "Hey, that'll go towards a microphone for Luis." So
Yeah.
you know, we have to get back at his haircut. And listen, and when you two guys are commentating, let me know what you're saying about me, okay?
Oh yes, yes. No, I think I have a better microphone, but I think I could get a new one. But I think his haircut is much more needed because he's a public figure. He's a top Spanish player. I mean, he's on social media in top tournaments. So I think it's more important for him to get a haircut.
I tell you what, I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say, look, I could probably get myself a new microphone. It'd be better. But I don't think he's got anything that is going to solve his haircut problem. But no, you said, you know, he's going to have to live with that. But no, yeah, he can do that, I'm sure. And as you say, he's a public person. He needs to keep his image up, especially when he's playing his, what's the game called in Canaries?
Chapolín.
The Chapolín, yeah. When he's playing Chapolín and he's always on camera and everything's live, yeah, he needs to keep his appearance.
And actually, I think he doesn't recognize it because he's so humble, but I believe he's the best Chapolín player in Spain because every time I see him play big tournaments, he's either winning them or in the finals.
Yeah, yeah. And it's amazing as well because he was basically Jonas's teacher, trainer, whatever you want to call him, at the special school in Murcia, in the car.
Okay.
And to see Jonas take off like he is now is special. And I imagine it's very special for Jose Alberto as well, because if you consider that Jonas is really young, but Jose Alberto's young too, you know, so to be so young and to have helped Jonas so much in a professional way at the school in Murcia, and now see him take off must be a very special situation and feeling for Jose Alberto.
Yeah, for sure he's going to be rooting on us to win the Copa España.
The Cup, that's right. Which, by the way, will be shortly underway. Oh, no. They started early. They started early, and it's already 7-4 for Iker Andoni Echevarria. 7-4. He's winning, and it's the first to 8. So Iker is obviously playing really well. He normally does. Okay, he's top player, but he must be playing really well to be playing against Jonas and winning 7-4. So the starting time was programmed for 7 o'clock, but I imagine that being able to start beforehand, they've decided to get on with it because they're playing in Galicia. And there's, you know, lots of players that are hours and hours and hours from home. So being Sunday evening, the sooner they can get it over and done with, the sooner everybody can get back in their cars, planes, buses, trains, and get themselves home for tomorrow. So yeah, 7-4.
How many tables does your pool room have? Yes. How many tables does your pool room have, Steve?
Mine, here in my club, we've got 4 9-foot tables.
Whoa.
Just 4, yeah. Yeah,
oh, that's a very nice number. And what do you play there, 9-ball?
We usually play 9-ball. I've been playing a lot more 10-ball because of 1-pool, because I've been practicing my break, and you know, if we go online, we play 10-ball. But you know, my favorite game has always been 9-ball. It's funny because when we play tournaments, I usually go further in 8-ball tournaments. Okay, I must play quite a good game of 8-ball because I always do really well in 8-ball tournaments. But my favorite game is definitely 9-ball. And lately I've just been practicing a bit more 10 ball because of one pool and to practice the break and things like that. I'm playing on next Saturday. I'm going down to Alicante to play the quarterfinals because we had the Comunidad Valenciana, the overall championships of the Comunidad Valenciana, because of the restrictions on the hours that we could play and everything. We played 2/3 of the tournament. Okay, we've just finished this set. Okay. Oh no, we're on the.
So Maluto won the first one, right?
Yeah, because there's no coming back. So yeah, we're going on to the second set.
Yeah, look at the hand.
Okay, so second set, guys. The first set has gone to Maluto. There's a lot going on in these pool halls, so it must be difficult for these guys to concentrate.
Break.
Just to keep you up to date, guys. Iker Echevarria has just won the Copa España, so that was it, 8-4.
Hello? Hello, sir? Should I need to play this round?
No,
Yeah?
you don't need to play. You won the first set.
Okay. Who will break first in the second set?
Starting the second set.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh.
So I will break again in the second set. I will start first again.
Paano ka bibili? Ban.
1 second, Maluto, 1 second. Okay.
Gusto niya siya eh. Break.
I think Oliver needs to break on the second one, right? Because it's an alternate break format. I think Oliver's going to start.
But it's okay for me. It's to start for me. No problem.
Andres, can you mute, please, the player?
Andrés, no oímos nada. ¿Quién saca?
Andres, can you please mute?
Okay. Okay, Maluto, you're starting, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, there was a lot of interruption there. There's a lot of noise in the backgrounds from the two pool halls where these guys are playing. Must be difficult for them to keep their concentration. So yeah, we're starting the second set. The first set, Maluto's taken, so he needs this set to take the qualifying spot for the Euro Tour of Austria, starting on the 17th of June, and Medenilla needs to really push hard, get back, try and win this set to make it 1-1, take it to the decider. So off we go, guys. Big break there again from Maluto. He's on the one ball, and he could really go for a 15-point rack here. Keeping you up to date on the Copa España, as we said, Iker Andoni Echevarria has just won 8-4 against Jonas Soto Comino. So Iker, congratulations. That is a big win for you. The last Copa España of this year, before the Campeonatos de España, before the Spanish Championships. So that's a great win for you, Iker. Congratulations. Obviously, congratulations to the rest of the players that took part there. And obviously to Jonas. It's not nice to lose, but you have to get to the final to be able to lose it. So well played to you too. And yeah, Luis, as I was saying, back off to Alicante next week to play the last part of a tournament that got stopped because of the restrictions. You know, we've tried to carry on with all the official tournaments that take place in Valencia and the Comunidad Valenciana in our region, but the last one got stopped, and it got stopped on the quarterfinals. So yeah, I've got a quarterfinal match against none less than Diego Pedro Simon, as you know, is one of the best, one of the top Spanish players.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years, he's been in the top 5. So yeah, so that's a 3-hour drive to get down to where the tournament takes place to play my first match against Diego Pedro. Well, Diego Pedro has a match before mine, but assuming he wins his match, I've already gone through my last round. So assuming he wins his match, I'll be playing him. Oh, as he scratches in the middle there. Maluto didn't mean to do that. So yes, so back to competition again next weekend. And then we've got a few trips planned. We've got the junior, Hugo's playing in the junior championship of the Comunidad Valenciana on the 15th of May as well in the afternoon. So I'm going to Alicante in the morning and then taking him to Valencia in the afternoon to play that. And then we've got the Spanish championships at the beginning of June. And then at the end of June, we've got a trip as well. Then we're going to Portugal at the beginning of July, then going to Salamanca. So we'll be able to see David and Fran on the weekend of the 10th of July, I think that is. Yeah, so we've got lots of things happening. As another white ball goes in the same center pocket on this table.
So 0 points for him. And one question, the difference between the Copa España and the Spanish championships is that in the Spanish championship, you play 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball, right? It's not only one tournament, but all of the...
The basic difference, Luis, is the Copas de España are a set of 4 Copas that contribute to a ranking. So it's a ranking system, and you have 4 Copas. And they're normally played in different parts of Spain until the 4 have been played. And that all goes towards a ranking system. So you can win a Copa, but it's, yes, you've won the Copa, but it's all towards a ranking system. You go to the second Copa. So it's like a small circuit of 4 Copas de España. And then in June, it's the absolute championship of Spain, which, yes, you play 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball, and you've got that year's Spanish champion in each of those games all played within 1 week. Okay, I think it starts on a Monday or on a Tuesday and finishes on the following Sunday. So one is the circuit for a ranking, a national ranking system, and the other one is just the Spanish championships.
And to be able to play the Spanish championships, you need to be a Spanish player subscribed to the Spanish Federation, right? I mean, international players cannot play it.
You need to be subscribed to the Spanish Federation. You don't necessarily now need to be Spanish, okay? Because otherwise I couldn't play, for example, because I'm still a British citizen. But you have to prove that you've been living in Spain and it's your normal residency for over a minimum amount of time. You need to have Spanish residency, and you need to be affiliated to the Spanish Federation of Pool to be able to play these championships. Years ago, you had to be Spanish as well. So it was even more difficult, okay, because you had to be a Spanish national to be able to play it. Now there's so many different cultures living in Spain, that happened during the beginning of 2000, when the building industry was flying, and there's a big boom in the estate markets and property markets, and there was so much work in Spain. Lots and lots of immigrants came to Spain. So we've got an influx of lots of different cultures came to Spain, and lots have stayed. And because lots have stayed, we've got lots of pool players from different countries now living in Spain, but they have their residency here. This is where they live. This is where they brought up their families, and they're now part of the Spanish Pool Federation. So they are allowed to play. But yeah, you can't get anyone from anywhere just coming over to play the championship.
But the Copa de España, you can, right? That's like an open.
Well, I think you have to be, well, you have to be federado. You have to be in the federation.
Okay.
You have
So
to
it's a
have
part
your,
of the national, yes. Okay.
yeah, you have to have your license. So it's close to having a license. Otherwise, you can't play. For example, in the Comunidad Valenciana where we live, which is our region, we have the choice of getting a regional license or a national license. If we get the regional license, we can only play our internal in our region, our circuit. Okay, any of the official competitions that are organized within our region. And if we pay for a national license, we can play in our region, and also we can take part in the Copas de España, the Spanish championships, and anything that happens outside our region.
Okay.
And in our comunidad, in our region in Valencia, a few years ago, there was like, I don't know, you could nearly count them with two hands, okay? We're talking 10, 15, 20 players playing official tournaments. And now we've got first division, second division, and third division players. And there's about a total of 120 players actually with a license and competing officially every year, which means it's grown in the last few years really, really well. We're just talking about the Valencia area. So we're talking about, obviously it's not small, but it's only one part of Spain, you know. Galicia, for example, where the Copa España has just been played, they've got something like 200 players just in Galicia competing.
Whoa. And how many players play the Spain championships, the one they are in June?
Well, the thing is, Luis, it's very difficult, because if you asked how many players would want to play the Spanish championships, you'd probably get like 300-400 players wanting to play. But where is the problem? The problem is they start on a Monday or on a Tuesday and they finish on a Sunday. And there's only 2 or 3 pros in this country that actually earn their living going off playing pool. So the rest of us mortals, we can't get the time off to play championships that are played all week. Everybody's got jobs to go to, people like family to look after, etc., etc. So at the end of the day, the Spanish championship, we're not going to count last year because there's a pandemic situation. It got cancelled. But the year before, we're probably talking about 100 players.
Okay.
This year it could be a bit more. There could be 128, maybe 140, which is not bad considering that 100. If there's 140, there's 137 that's got to take time off of work.
No, it's big. It's a lot.
Yeah.
When you play for example, I went to the International US Open at 2019. They were 108 and 128 players, and it was an open in the United States. So that's a big number.
But for example, there's as we see Maluto finishing this rack, there are other formats of non-official tournaments in Spain where, for example, one of them is played on small 7-foot tables, what they call bar tables. And the last time I competed in that tournament, there were 28 tables. Okay, with 28 tables, they were getting about 300 players through there in one weekend. Okay, so you're talking 300 players, 20. I think they were starting on a Friday afternoon and finishing on a Sunday evening. And we're talking 300 players. So
Whoa.
these 300 players would probably want to play in the Spanish official tournament as well. What happened is the official tournaments don't have the amount of tables because we're talking 9-foot tables. So it's much more difficult to put up 28 9-foot tables than it is to put up 28 7-foot tables, which you can just move around with a forklift truck or whatever, and you can just put them in place. The 9-foot tables have to be assembled. So up to now, things could change in the near future, but up to now, the basic problem is that the Federación Española, the Federation of the Spanish Pool Association, don't have the facilities to be able to get through the amount of players that want to play in a weekend, so they have to play during the week, which makes it a lot, as I said before, a lot more difficult for everybody. You know, if we had a premises where there were 32 tables set up all year round, all of the official tournaments could be played in on those tables. But we just don't have that in Spain. So, we have to use clubs that exist that have got 6 tables, 8 tables, maybe 10 tables. And they're the facilities that the Federación use to host the championships, which is another thing that we need to change if we want pool to be considered a sport. You can't be playing official federation championships in underground bars with music and alcohol on the bar, and then an official tournament on the pool tables. You need at least a hotel room, a big room in a hotel or something. Wow, what a big break there. To make it more professional.
And the Spanish Federation, how many tables do they have in their headquarters?
That's a really good question.
Have you been there?
No, they've got one headquarters, and it's in Madrid, and I think they've got something like 6 or 8 3-cushion tables, and two pool tables, 2 9-foot pool tables. That's all we have. So that's why the headquarters don't get used. I mean, there's clubs around Spain that have got many more tables that the Spanish Federation can use. So basically, until that changes and there is, somebody decides to give pool billiards the importance that it needs, we're going to continue playing with borrowed facilities, in clubs downtown, wherever, it may be. As I say, I know there's work being done to change these things. And, maybe by next year we've got some news about it, but not much I can talk about at the moment because nothing is for certain. So let's just hope things get better for the future.
I think we lost Oliver's camera.
Yeah. He's gone to the massage chair.
Can you imagine that the camera comes on again and he's there like, please give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's vibrating up and down.
I'm taking a break, guys. That's something that happens to me. I remember when I was a junior champion here, I took breaks in finals or national finals or whatever, and I went to my corner to talk to my coach or a friend, and I talked about anything about besides the final. Like, what are we doing on the weekend? Did you talk to this girl, Carla? Did you wrote to her? Yes. What did she say? Oh, we need to go out with those girls. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go to party. Okay, yes. We need to do this. Okay. End of the break, I'm gonna play. It was very, I mean, I just remember it.
I think that's it's probably a great way of getting the stress out and relaxing a bit. That's a good idea.
Yes,
It's a very good idea.
When I took the breaks, I didn't take it for the match. It was like to unplug.
Yeah, that's right. Unplug. Well said. Unplug. I remember watching MTV's Unplugged years ago.
Does it still exist?
I don't know, because MTV is it's sort of not as popular as what it used to be, and it used to be all music, and now it's just stupid programs.
Or reality shows.
Yeah, reality programs and not much music. So I stopped watching it years and years ago. But I do remember watching MTV Unplugged, which was, some of my favorite parts of MTV, because you got the best musicians there with unplugged instruments. And yeah, I remember that. But yeah, take a break to unplug. That's a good one.
And Steve, how do you handle with your son the school versus pool? I mean, do you tell him that he needs to keep his grades up to be able to play? I mean, how do you
well, he's actually, at the moment, he's so young that he's only just started taking his first sort of exams, and you can't even call them exams. Okay, so he's so young. He's just started primary school. It's his first year in primary school. Okay. So, but what I do play with quite a lot is because school rhymes with pool, I always say to him, look, school comes before pool.
Okay.
And if school's not good, there won't be any pool. And he understands that. And look, Oliver's coming back. He understands, and although he already prefers to play pool than go to school, which I imagine is pretty natural and normal.
Yeah, that's natural.
He understands.
Sorry.
Oliver,
you can break, Oliver.
He finished on the massage machine. He's back. Let's go.
He put his mask on. He looks relaxed.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't want him to relax, and he's got to carry on.
Okay.
It's cool. Doing well. So we're just about to see Oliver's fourth innings. There's already a difference here of 19 points. So he really needs a good break here to keep himself in this set and keep the pressure on Maluto.
Good break.
Because remember, guys, after that little pause waiting for Oliver to come back, Maluto already took the first set. So Oliver really needs to get some points on the board here and keep the pressure on. Otherwise, it looks like it'd be Maluto taking the last second and final place for the Euro Tour. Remember, guys, all of this tournament has been played on the OnePool app. Now, this is really good because whoever is out there watching us that hasn't got the OnePool app on their phone, take a minute, go into your Play Store on your phone and download the app. You'll see how simple it is to use. It's really, really good. It'll enable you to be able to practice and compete against people that you would never be able to practice and compete against without moving from your local club and basically this tournament has been put on and played all week, and all of these guys have used the app to get through the rounds until today. So real good job there from One Paul and One Sports TV to give everybody the opportunity to be able to qualify for something as great as a Euro Tour. You know, lots of players want to go on the Euro Tour, want to be able to compete a bit against better players, but they don't have the opportunity. It's not easy. It's costly, takes time. But this is definitely a great way to at least have the opportunity of trying to qualify. And if you don't qualify, you take all the experience of being able to have been playing against guys like this, that, as I say, you wouldn't be able to play against if this app didn't exist. So yeah, it's fantastic. I'm sure Luis and I one day will have a game on the app. We haven't had time yet, but we'll have to put that in our agenda, down with the interview and a few other things that we're going to do.
Yes, for sure. And Steve, to a player to be able to play the Euro Tour, is that an open, or do you need to be a European citizen?
No, I think the Euro Tours are totally open. Apart, not only that, they always say on the posters and on the advertisements, when you see a Euro Tour, it always says open.
Okay.
So there anyone can play. It is true that the majority of the top 100 in the ranking, you look at the lists and the majority of them are Europeans, because they, it's their tour and they take it seriously. They try to get into all the events, and the points on the Euro Tour are the points used to decide who makes teams, for example, for the Mosconi Cup, etc., etc. So the Europeans take it really seriously, because everybody wants to be on the team. So everybody wants to play every Euro Tour to get as many points as possible, etc., etc. But that doesn't mean that players from all around the world come over to play a certain Euro Tour or two per year, or maybe even more. It's great. It's a great competition.
I think there's 7, right? 7 Euro Tours a year.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's correct, yeah.
And then they have the European Championships, as you're going to have the Spanish Championships.
That's right, yep. Okay, great shot there with the rest. Leaving the correct angle on this ball. Yeah, he's pointing at the cushion there. Show us where he wants it to go round and bounce off of to go up for the 7.
I'm very excited to see One Pool to make a big tournament of a straight pool, because I think the app and the format is perfect for straight pool. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be really interesting. It is. It's a great way of being able to play straight pool. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, Luis. That's a good idea. I think you should be talking to the organizers. You should be their personal advisor.
I think the straight pool is perfect for the format. I mean, you can play with the app 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball, and it's perfect. But straight pool, I think it's perfect.
Straight pool is another very good training system if you want to take it seriously, playing by yourself, and just try and get more points every time you train. It's a bit like one pool. Lately, I've been training one pool, and I do my 10 innings. And I take count and just try and keep getting more and more every time I train, until I can get anything near these guys. And you do realize that every time you try, every week that goes by, your points gradually, slowly, I'm not saying it's not hard work and it doesn't take time and effort, but slowly but surely your score will gradually, constantly go up. And straight pool is probably second best to nothing as an option for training like that.
And does Hugo play 8-ball, or does he only play 9-ball so far?
No, Hugo likes 8-ball actually. He pretty much likes 8-ball. He's played quite a lot of 8-ball, and quite a lot of 9-ball. He hasn't played as much 10-ball. He plays 10-ball down the club with us when he trains. On a Friday evening when we do some small championships, so that we can get into some championship, mindset. But he likes 8-ball. If you asked him, what do you prefer to play? He'd probably say 9-ball.
Okay.
And at the moment, that's pretty curious, because it probably could be, it could be because he knows that with his level today and with the amount of balls he can actually reach on a 9-foot table, if he plays 9-ball, he's got more of a chance of being able to compete against anybody than if he plays 8-ball or 10-ball, because of the small factors of luck that are involved in 9-ball. You've got some cannon shots that you can play. You could play onto 9-ball, and bits and pieces that just make it slightly to his advantage if he plays 9-ball instead of 10-ball or 8-ball. But the strange thing is that at 6 years old, you can work that out.
Yeah, that you're smart enough to make that math.
Yes, to think to yourself, yeah, I want to play 9-ball because I know that I can. My percentage of probabilities is a bit higher if I play 9-ball, and if I play 8-ball and 10-ball, I know that I'm just a bit out of it because I can't reach, because you have to nominate all the pockets, etc., etc. So yeah, so it just makes it funny. Yeah, he doesn't like this. He's taking his time. Yeah, he didn't like it from the beginning.
That's a shot that you usually overcut. So
yeah,
he actually went the other way and undercut it. So
yeah. Okay, so 6th innings, guys, and 44-28. It's still anybody's set, but as you can see there on the scoreboard, 4-10, 10, 10, 10 looks a lot better than the 2 scratches, 15, 10, 3. Another good break. Everything opens. Going to have to take ball in hand to start, but he won't worry about that. He'll just worry about getting the 10 points on the board to keep his lead as high as possible.
For me, it was very funny because when I started playing pool, like when I was probably 12, I only knew 8-ball. And the first time I played 9-ball was at my first junior national championships, where the president of the federation told me, Luis, this is the game. You need to put in numerical order. You don't need to call the pockets. If you make the 9, you win. And I was like, okay. And that they explained to me 9-ball. 5 minutes before the national championship.
Unbelievable.
I didn't know the game.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Amazing. That's funny you should say that, because David Alcaide's got a little story about going to his first national tournament in the north of Spain, in the Catalunya area, okay? And he was like 12 years old or something like this. And he'd always played on, if he'd played on bar tables, it was with pool, normal 8-ball or 9-ball pool balls, the normal set of balls. And if not, he'd been playing on 9-ball tables. Anyway, they got to, so they've traveled up to the north of Spain, and he's got to this tournament. They've gone into the hotel and they've seen the display of tables. To his big surprise, they were English pool tables with small pockets. And he's going, oh my God, what's this? And that's where they had to play. So basically that was the story. It's a bit like, we didn't expect this. We were waiting for 9-foot normal pool tables, and we've got to play on little English tables here with small pockets, with small balls. Totally different game. And that's what he had to deal with. In those days, the organization wasn't like what it is today, and you could get these surprises. Of course, we're talking 30 years ago now. But he told me this story a little while ago. I didn't know it, and I simulated a little interview with him in English, because we do some English speaking, David and me. Okay. And I simulated an interview as if I didn't know him at all. So I got I thought of a load of questions to ask him, and we got into a great conversation, and he told me this story, and I said, oh my God, and what did you do? He said, nothing, I just played. And on top of that, I don't know if he came like third or sub-champion of Spain or something. And then the next year he was champion of Spain. Because David was champion of Spain when he was 13.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not bad, eh?
I didn't know that. That's why David is a legend. I didn't
That's
know
right.
that.
Yeah. David was champion of, the absolute category. Okay. It wasn't in a lower division or anything. He was absolute champion of Spain. I think it was just before his 14th birthday.
Whoa.
And then a few years later, quite a few years later, Fran Sanchez played David in a Spanish final, a 9-ball Spanish championship final. And Fran was 15, if I'm not mistaken, at the time. And he beat David something like, I think it was a race to 8, and he won 8-1 in about 25 minutes. Fran.
Whoa.
He was just playing amazing pool. And since then, Fran has been nicknamed the Ferrari.
Because he plays so fast.
Because he plays so fast. But Fran's game has changed a lot because he's not that fast. He's still a fast player, but he's not that fast. But that final I think that was played in Vigo, was incredible. It was just, nobody had seen Fran play like that before. And, to play against David in the final, when David had already been champion of Spain multiple times. And, this kid comes along, he's 15 years old or 14 years old, and he's just not scared of anything. We were talking about the bank shots before, just not scared of anything. If I miss, okay, I'll go and sit down, doesn't matter. And he was just banging the balls in everywhere at high speed. And as I say, it was like 8-1, 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. Incredible. let's hope they do well in the World Cup of Pool.
Yeah, I would really like to see them win. I think they deserve it. They've improved a lot, and they had a great run. Well, not last year, but the year before.
Yeah, that's right.
They got to semifinal.
Yeah, and David has already, he's gone to this Championship League format that Matchroom put on last month in Milton Keynes in Inglaterra, in England. And he proved that he's up there. He beat everybody. He didn't win the final. He didn't win the final. Okay. Albin came after losing all week. He came back and won that final. But David had already beat everyone there was to be, and he was the most consistent player that was in that championship. So yeah, I mean, it's, as we've seen today with Slovakia beating Austria, it's anybody's, because there's so much quality in all of the players that anybody can win, especially in the format with a winner's break. Anybody can run off with a match, but I don't want to be biased because I'm rooting for Spain, but David and Fran, you've got to do really well to beat them.
Yeah, actually, I think David beat Alvin 3 times during the week, and the 4th time they played was the final where he lost. But they played 4 times, 3 he beat.
Yeah, that's right. So the consistency and the percentage was totally with David, and he's just so strong when he's playing well. The first day he was a bit slow. He wasn't adapted. He wasn't acclimatized maybe to the table, the speed. He's playing with new equipment. You have to take that into account as well. He's playing with his new equipment.
I think he only played for 10 days.
He played for about a week before he went there. And then on the first day, you could tell he just wasn't totally there. And on the second day, he took off. And he played excellent. Actually, halfway through the first day, he took off. He played the first half of the first day, didn't play very well. Then he started playing pretty well. And then the second day, he played excellent. Getting back to what you were telling me before about your youth players in Venezuela, do any of them, practice hard? Are they doing hours every day, or what's it like out there?
Yeah, no, we have the 2 best junior players. One of them, we call him the Russian. He's 12. He practices, I think, 5 hours a day, and during the weekends probably 8 or 10. And he trains a lot. He actually trains in another city. He doesn't in Puerto La Cruz. He doesn't train here in Caracas, the capital, but he trains with a former national coach, and it's great. I mean, he trains in his house. I think 5 hours a day, 8 at the weekend. He practices a lot. He's 12, I think 11 or 12 years old.
Wow, he's doing a lot of practicing then.
Yes, and when he plays yes, and this coach trains. It's not only about playing games. It's drills, position, strategy, defense. I mean, kicking, everything. 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. So when he plays the national absolute championships, he plays and he gets to round of 16, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually sponsor him, this player that I'm talking you.
Okay.
I try to help him with everything that I can, because he's like your son over there. He's the main prodigy, like the future of the sport here.
That's great. It's great to see. There's people with the love for the game, willing to push the younger players through and help them out and keep behind them. And as we said before, that's what we need in this sport. And we need to keep it as a sport, and we need to expose it as a sport and promote it as a sport. And we need to show the youth discipline, and we need to make them realize that it's not just about potting balls. You're going to have to sleep well, eat well, train well, and think well to be able to become a champion, like in any other sport. You know, I tell my son that Ronnie O'Sullivan runs 10K every morning, just after breakfast.
And that's actually true.
And that's true, yeah. That's true.
He's very fit.
Very, very fit. And I say, and that's what it takes. The more fit you are, the better you are in your mental side of your game. It all helps. And yeah, for sure, I'd like to start a bit of a school here for younger players, and it would all definitely be part of the schooling. You know, keep fit, eat well, sleep well, and train hard with a lot of discipline. We're not just coming down here to play games on the pool table. Deep screw. Here he goes.
He's really good with the bridge. I don't know if you noticed, but Oliver has played a couple of shots with the bridge, and every time he gets pretty good.
Okay.
For the combo.
Mm-hmm. Another rest shot here. Let's see if he can pull this back. Yeah, great shot. Look at that. Very good. Perfectly straight and perfectly measured. Yeah, very, very good. Nice shot. So we've had players from Italy, Romania, Estonia, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Greece, Great Britain, Finland, Philippines, India, the United Arab Emirates, and Spain, all competing in this Eurotour qualifier. What do you think?
Whoa, I actually didn't know that, but
yeah, amazing.
A lot of countries.
Yeah, 13 or 14 different countries. So I imagine this is the first time this has been held. You know, there's not been an extreme amount of players, but I reckon the next time there'll be a lot more interest. Something tells me that there could be, even though if it comes from maybe a bit of a lower level of amateur players, there could be a lot more people taking part. I mean, I would, if I knew I had the time and I could get organized to play, I'd just do it for the experience. You know, the learning process, it's all part of good experience. So hopefully for the next time, there could be double the players. There's definitely the interest from many countries. So yeah, I wouldn't count it out.
You know, Steve, thank God Alberto is not commentating with you right now, because I just realized Maluto's playing with a pink glove. Imagine if Alberto sees that and he decides to play with both the shorts, the pink shorts, and the pink glove.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. It would be a total disaster. So thank God he's not watching. Yeah. The problem is he'll probably tune in later to see this.
Yes, he does that. He does that.
He'll see it and he'll go, oh, look at that glove. I must get myself one.
I love pink. I'm going to use it with my tight short, pink shorts.
Yeah. And then I tell you what, he's going to see the guy in the background on the right-hand table with the pink shirt as well. And he's going to
yeah. He's going to go 100% pink.
Yeah. I tell you what, we must say he wears it well. He wears it well.
No, and he has a lot of pride. I mean, he's very confident in any color. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's a very he's got a lot of character, and when you're when you're someone with a lot of character, you become confident. And he's a funny guy. He's an intelligent guy. He's got a lot of talent on the pool table. So, you know, he mixes it up, and he can wear whatever he likes. That's what he thinks. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll be getting himself a pink glove if he sees this one.
One of the things that I admire from Alberto is that he's so calm. He's always like, Alberto, this happened. Don't worry, everything's okay.
Yeah. He is really laid back. He is really laid back.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
he hardly moves, like, you know.
Yes, he's like the turtle of Searching Nemo, looking for Nemo. Like everything's okay. I mean, nothing wrong is gonna happen. I don't care. I mean, he's so relaxed all the time.
Did you know that he was studying to be a policeman?
Really?
Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself,
he's so relaxed.
If he has to run after somebody that's just done something bad, I don't know if he's going to run. Because he's so...
No, he's not going to run. For sure, he's not going to run. I don't think he's able to move fast. I think he's not able to move fast. He's like always in slow motion. Like, yeah. Dry break?
Oh, that 2 nearly went in. Yeah, but that's a dry break. Which, at this stage of the innings, is going to make it very, very complicated for him.
But can he catch up? Yes, right? He needs to get 15.
Yeah, because there's two more innings. He could get to 83. And Maluto could stay on 79 or 80. So, yeah, he's got to play. This innings could decide Maluto as the winner if it goes well for him. So,
if Maluto makes 5 points, he wins the set.
Yes,
because
that's right.
Oliver's not going to be able to get to that amount of points, even making 15 and 15.
That's right. He needs to make 5 points off of this.
Okay. Okay.
to secure his win and the second and last spot in Austria for the Euro Tour. That's going to be in next June, 17th to the 20th of June. There's a coincidence, 17th of June. That's Uro's 7th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
He made a ball
he made a ball. He just needs to take ball in hand
and make 4 balls.
and make 4 balls. Yeah. Yeah, in these last games when it's mathematically, you're just waiting for the balls, the points should go up individually. So he should have gone up to. It would be great for the technical department to put up the points as he goes, so that we know when he's won. But we just keep our eyes open and count ourselves. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 is 3 balls. Okay, so he needs 2 more balls.
He has a funny angle on the 3.
He has a bit of a funny angle, yeah, but I can't see him messing this up. He's going to draw this big time. Over to the cushion and back. There you go. Perfect.
Whoa, that was very close.
And this ball to win, guys. And he knows it. If he's done his math. Yeah, he's definitely done his math.
Great job.
Hey, that looked like Bustamante.
Hello, sir. Hello. Should I finish this game, sir? Hello.
Congratulations, Maluto.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
See, it works. Not having the hat, being more formal, it works.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just lucky that my first set.
Yeah. Oliver, congratulations for getting to the final. Great. I think we have a lot of noise.
Yeah, we have a lot of noise.
So much customer here.
Ivan, congratulations. Oliver, thank you for taking part. You did well. Is there anything you'd like to say? Ivan, is there anything you'd like to say?
Just want to thank my sponsor, sir, J Flower Fuse, and then Power Break Billiard Hall. Thank you for one pool, sir, for this good event, sir. Thank you.
Great. Well played. No problem. Okay.
Sir Alberto, thank you. Yeah.
See you back soon. See you next time, and good luck in Austria. And to all our viewers out there, thank you for watching. Luis, it's been a brilliant, great pleasure being with you in the commentary box for the last few hours. We've had a great time.
You too, buddy.
Thanks to One Sports TV for putting this on for us. The One Pool app. Everybody download that One Pool app. It's brilliant. Thanks to all the sponsors that are behind this project. And we hope to see you guys soon, okay? Take care. Have a nice night of this Sunday and a great Monday tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.